Yeah, my belly feels great!
Remember how at the end of Kimber you said you'd be surprised if Lion King was over 2 hours? How's that going?
It's definitely going to be over 2 hours. And I'm surprised. I have not broken my word. I am surprised. I remain surprised as promised. And what a good Norse tradition.
Another good Norse tradition.
And what a good Norse tradition.
And what a quick Norse tradition.
I wonder who Norse tradition.
And what a quick Norse tradition. I would never be able to find that.
My belly feels great!
So now we're approaching.
That line delivery was all over the place.
Ha 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 ha.
I'm not letting anybody tell me where to go, what to do, or even who to marry. There will never be a king like me.
Simba, you can't escape your...
They seem like completely separate lines. Like they were like they're not characters talking to it. They seem like they're in different like cities, you know? Like none of what they're saying is like feels like a part of the conversation that they're having. I'm not letting anyone tell me what to do or even who to marry. Like, what the other at all?
Well, I'm not letting anyone tell me where to go, what to do, and even who to marry.
I'm sorry, JD McCrary, you cannot act for shit. It sucks. I'm sorry, dude. It sucks. Other at all.
Well, I'm not letting anyone tell me where to go, what to do, and even who to marry. There will never be...
Like, you can... Let's look at the characters who aren't speaking at the moment. Let's look at fucking Nala right now. Like, what is she feeling during this scene? Does she want to eat Zazu? Is that what she's feeling right now? Like, what is she...
I'm not letting anyone tell me where to go, what to do, and even who to marry. There will never be a king like me.
What is she thinking?
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
What is she thinking? Because, like... Okay, so Nala stopped talking at this point in the original.
Yeah. So you have
Oh, look, a facial... Look at that, it's a facial expression. Simba jumped in and she reacted with her face, communicating emotion and character. See that? See that? John? John, that's a facial... It's called a facial expression, baby John.
Yeah. So you have to do what I tell you.
And look at that. Now her eyebrow. Now she's getting a bit aggressive. She's following his lead. I can tell what she's thinking, John.
Yet I don't. And with that...
And now look at them. They're both getting, like, disgusted. They don't need to be talking for me to understand what they're thinking, John. I feel so much hatred and disdain. I feel so much anger. Every moment of this. So, like, I don't know. You can see... Look at this. You can see the anger in Zazu's eyes here. That's not realistic, John. Unless he's not supposed to be angry. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Great!
Who would have thought that they'd make Zazu sound more threatening than Scar?
I know, right? But here's the thing: is like there's tiny ass subtle emotions in the characters' faces at any given moment. Very incredibly subtle to the point where they're like almost not even there, right? And my question is, why even have them there? So in this shot, you can't see shit. In this shot, like Nala, we don't know. She wants to eat Zazu, maybe. We don't know what she's thinking. Like, literally, there's nothing. In some shots, you can see a tiny bit. And at that point, it's just like, well, why have anything? It's so... I can't believe how... It catches me off guard every single time. When I look at something like this shot, it's like, the spotlight... The giraffes, they're moving and the sun's there. Like this is supposed to be fun and exciting to anyone, child or adult. Like this is supposed to be like exciting and fun in any way. Like this is supposed to be entertaining. Or appear like creative or like engaging or interesting This light also looks. Let's be honest. I've seen better shit in video games. For like a looking at the sun shot, like this looks like shit. This shot doesn't look good at all. Honestly, this is a pretty bad looking shot. I've seen much better in video games.
And then the lyric comes.
Like these giraffes don't look like real giraffes.
And then
the sunlight doesn't look like real sunlight. It's a really shitty effect. The tree looks nice. That's about it. Why is Zazu there? Why are you going that way? The kids are like behind. The kids are like behind the camera. Why are you going that way? What are you doing, Zazu? He just wanted to stand on the giraffe. Oh my, that's the first time I noticed. Holy shit. Everything's so poorly communicated. I've seen this like a billion times now, just going over editing. This is the first time I noticed he got actually like swatted by the giraffe tail. Did any of you know that happened?
I did.
Nope. I did. Nope.
Nope.
I've never noticed that. I thought it was just a random sound effect.
He got swatted by the giraffe tail, and there's even a sound effect. I never noticed that that's what happened. Holy shit. It's just one of those things where it's like, there's just so much.
Have fun, son. All right.
Yeah, like there's just so much going on in terms of like bad shit. It's impossible. It's impossible to like keep track of all of it. Man, for what is clearly written as a gag, like, why would you make it in a way where no one can even tell it's happening? Or I guess maybe 10, 20% of people. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, that's a gag. You're supposed to know what's happening with a gag. Like, it's written and storyboarded in a way that's supposed to, like, probably get laughs from the audience or something.
Not yet.
It's just terribly angled, too. Like,
Not yet.
it doesn't even look like it makes contact. Like, it's just, it looks, this whole fucking, oh my God. God, so creative. Look at their fucking faces. It's so stupid. What are they doing? Like, the hippo almost looks like he's smiling. I don't know. What are these two doing? This is their singing face? Oh my God.
Yeah, my belly feels great.
Don't bottle your emotions up like that, Adam. It's not good for you.
King, I just can't wait. I'm doing their face. This is what they're doing. This is like this is what I'm trying to figure out what they're doing.
You looked like a psychopath.
I looked like a psychopath? Exactly. It's like it's terrifying what Jon Favreau did. Exactly. It's like it doesn't look normal or expressive. A music video. Or, like, what are they trying to communicate here? The fact that this made so much money is a testament to how good the original Lion King is. It has nothing to do with this film. Visuals, because none... Remember when Zazu got anal vored video? And in the remake, it's just...
Not yet!
This frame is really funny because the feathers look like it looks like there was some massive destruction.
Not yet!
Yes, Zazu does get bored twice in this movie. Ass to ass. 3 times if he's in both of their assholes at once. 1 oral vor, 2 anal vor.
I beg your pardon, madam, but get off!
All of this voiceover here, over here, and I still haven't gotten to the wrong. I'm still talking about other things before I get to the wrong note. There's like this section on this one song is gonna be like fucking 15 minutes long. I feel like the opening of this scene, literally the beginning of the scene, is like before the 110 mark. We're already at 113. This goes to, oh my god, 117. I haven't even, here's like a bunch of things with notes.
Do you consider Kimber and Lion King 2019 as a single project?
I don't consider Kimba and Lion King 2019 to be a single project, but it feels that way mentally. There's the illusion of it feeling that way in terms of me having just like literally, I'm just still working on this one thing because all I wanted to do when I started working on Kimba, like the only reason I made a Kimba video is because all I wanted to do was make my Lion King video. That's what I was trying to get done before Kimba interrupted me. Rudely interrupted me. Clearly thought they were clearly thought. Look at how did you get this splat? You're like, you barely touched the, how is it that, look how much of a splash he gets. And I like how it's right behind the trunk too, to like mask the impact in the water, to like make the animation a bit easier there. It's hidden behind the trunk, the point where he enters the water. Clearly look how much of a splash he gets. That's way too much water. He thought they were being, that's not very realistic, John. He thought they were, that doesn't seem real. That's not real. I thought this was live action. Reminds me of like cum animation from like furry porn CG artists. What I'm saying is that it doesn't look great.
It's almost exists partially in the imagination of the characters, and it's very much in the Disney tradition of the surreal, visually beautiful,
Yeah, he is talking about the original, and which is really funny. And then he's like, yeah, the original was like really colorful, and the thing is, like, Jon Favreau was tasked with remaking an animated movie and filmed it like a live action movie.
We use the animals to create architecture and color around them to hopefully capture some of the same fun and energy that the original production had.
What? He tried to capture some of the same fun and energy of the original. What a joke.
And so you see the legs of the animals almost become like forests.
I love how lonely this commentary is too. I love how the commentary is just Jon Favreau. It's such a lonely commentary.
Like this as we went. Hopefully feels just like the old song, but really if you listen to this compared to the new one compared to the old one, you'll see that there's quite a bit of difference, but again tried to capture the essence and the spirit.
Tried to capture the essence and the spirit. I don't understand that at all. This is like your attempt.
At this pace, are we looking for a January release?
At this pace, yes. Yeah. I would say probably January. Maybe Christmas, you never know. Oh man, it's like, this is so fucking exhausting. I hate this.
King? Yeah. So you have to do what I tell you.
Simba's a bully. It's Draco Malfoy.
I don't think it's possible to overstate how awful this remake is. Everything is wrong. Literally everything.
Literally everything is wrong. Yeah, there's not like a single thing about this remake that is improved. There's not a single thing about this remake that is even like acceptable. You know? Shahadi Wright Joseph, her casting is acceptable. That's the only thing. One of the people in the film was appropriately cast. Out of the entire cast, one of them was appropriately cast. That's about the best I can do. I'm trying real hard here. I'm trying real hard to give it credit.
What I meant was...
Oh, I got PTSD. I forgot that was coming up. Oh my god. What I meant for... I forgot that was happening.
Well, that's definitely out.
Shut up, John. Two Johns pissing me off here.
Out of service, out. I wouldn't hang about. This...
Like, what is... They're trying to... So, yeah, like, Zazu in the original... It's not... Yeah, like... He's basically chasing after them, slams into a rhino, he thinks he's perched just fine, falls off a waterfall, and then he's like, oh wait, I can fly, or whatever. This one's trying to recreate that sort of idea where it's just like, oh, look at what he's doing, but it's just like, what? He just, like... He just interrupts a bunch of other birds. Like, why are you there? Like, you weren't... You clearly weren't chasing Simba because Simba wasn't there. Simba wasn't where these birds were. Like, there's no reason why you're here. And then the hippo's like, oh no! Like, it's funny because it's like, oh no, the hippo's sinking. But like, they think that you're too stupid. Or any kid watching even, they think that they're too stupid as well, which I disagree. To understand that it's a hippo, so it's just like, oh, head come up and then the full body down. That's so funny. But yeah, it's like, it's a weird attempt here is what I'm saying. Where it's just like, land on a hippo and then the hippo goes down. It's like, oh no, gotta get out of here. It's like, is that a gag? Is that a gag here?
Out of service, out of Africa, I wouldn't hang about. This child...
Like, why was Zazu even there? You're clearly not chasing after Simba. Why are you here? Where are you going?
Is the idea that you're meant to think it's a rock at first?
I don't think we're supposed to think it's a rock. Maybe we are. Maybe that was in the storyboard, but then it was too realistic. So it didn't work, so they had to have the hippo head. Or that, I guess that would be part of the reveal anyway. The water breaking the surface tension also does not look real, John. It doesn't look real. It doesn't look real. These are like completely different layers here, it seems. If might not be the right word for it, but it's just like this compared to like the flat layer of the actual
Have
water.
fun, son. All right.
Yeah. I wouldn't be this critical of a film's animation if they called it animation. I wouldn't be this critical of a film's animation if it wasn't trying to call itself live action. I think at that point you should be hypercritical.
I wouldn't hang about. This child is...
This is like the least exciting scene of all time.
I know what you're doing. Where are you going, sir?
Like, what do you do? Why are you even looking after them? You're not accomplishing anything. Just fucking fly back and get Sarabi and be like, your child's being a little shit right now.
I know what you're doing. Where are you going, Simba?
It's like, he can't possibly chase after them now.
You listen to me right now.
The least exciting scene ever of all time. They added this like whole musical section here.
Duty to keep you safe. Face, have you seen he's a little lion? He's
I'm so mad at Jon Favreau. I think that this is actually like it's up there. It's up there. You got COVID-19, the Holocaust, 9/11, COVID-20, and then The Lion King 2019. It's up there. I think it's number one.
Oh, but he's cute.
Yeah, and then there's like no more solo singing from him for the rest of it, so I guess most of the comparisons are...
The music is way too fucking overbearing.
Yeah, the music is like too loud. It's like it's the opposite problem of the beginning of the movie where they mixed it so that the vocalist was way too loud. Now the music's way too loud. But the problem is like at the beginning of the movie, I'm not supposed to be thinking of the vocalist. It's not about the vocalist because she's not a real character in the film. It's about the universe. It's about the images that I'm being shown. It should be complementary. And then in this one, it's like, this song is literally about the vocalist, and I can't hear him as much. It's like if they did the opposite of what they should have done. This song is literally, it's about the character who's singing who can't wait to be king. That's what the song's about. And now I can't hear the character, really. The music just fucking drowns them out. And it's so loud near the end, too. It's like, it's so weird. Like, literally, this is lead vocal performance in a song that's supposed to be a musical. Listen to this for a second. Like, you have to concentrate to, like, isolate the lead singer's voice at this moment. That's not how it should be, John. And also Pharrell Williams, I guess, who helped on the movie.
Son, all right.
Yeah, and at this point, like, it doesn't even take very long into the song. Like, this is still in the first, like, half of the song, and already the vocals are being, like, completely drowned out by the fucking music. It's so weird. I hate that. Oh, day.
Nut.
Yeah, I know. It does sound like a fucking nut. It's so weird. Oh. It's more like a moan than a fucking
you rolling?
sing. Yeah, it is. Showing them side by side, it is comparatively just so much worse. Garbage.
I'm working on my roar.
Listen to the energy Simba puts into Roar in the original.
Yeah, exactly.
On my roar.
Roar! Not roar! Like, J.D. McCreary might be trying, but he's not really an actor. Despite him having acting roles, he is not really an actor. It's so sad. Like, it's so sad and annoying. Because there's nothing memorable about, like, the setup or the way that this shot is presented. Like, in the song, it's clearly written in a way where there's supposed to be a back and forth between the characters. It's clearly written in that way in the song. This is how the song is written.
No one's saying do this.
Now, when I said that,
No one's saying be there.
what I meant was...
No one's saying stop that.
That's how the song is written, and then this happens.
What I meant was...
Ignore John Oliver for a second. Just like how the shot... I know it's very distracting with John Oliver there, but like how the shot goes here. Like they're not having a they're literally just running in zebras right now.
If you think...
No one's saying do this.
Now, when I said
No
that,
one's saying be there.
what I meant
No one's saying
was...
stop that.
They're not having like a real back and forth conversation. It's literally just not how the song was written. You have butchered it. You have completely destroyed it, John.
Is John your most hated director at this point?
Is John my most hated director? No. He's my most hated human being. Bam! Got him. Destroyed. Ouch. Never gonna recover from that one. Sorry, John. So I've completely abandoned the part 1 and part 2 thing. Should I just bring it back for this review? Each part's gonna be like a fucking hour and a half long? Like...
To go, young master.
Oh my god. Oof. Okay. The cringe rises, Batman. All right. So basically what I'm getting at here. Notice how rhythmic the delivery of Zazu's lines are in the original.
I've a long way to go, young master, if you think.
If you think, it goes perfectly in line with the actual notes of the song, with the musical notes of the song.
Oh, young master, if you think.
If you think, right? And then they just forgot that in the remake.
You have rather a long way to go, young master, if you think.
They missed it. They missed it. Like, John wasn't aware, Pharrell Williams wasn't aware, nobody was aware that that was the original intention of the line, is to be rhythmic. Despite him not technically singing, despite him delivering his lines in a talking voice,
Young master, if you think.
it's still rhythmically in line with the actual song, if you think, right? Whereas this...
To go, young master, if you think.
It's not in the same rhythm anymore.
If you think.
It's literally in rhythm here. It's there's an intentional, purposeful reason why it's there. He's basically rapping, if you want to say that.
I've a long way to go, young master, if you think.
No,
Not quite, but still, you know what I mean. There's intent there. There's intent there, and then here it doesn't exist.
To go, young master, if you think.
There's no attention to detail. There is no attention to how the lines are rhythmically communicated in the song. It is not even considered in this film. Sad! John's clued into this. Notice how rhythmic the delivery of Zazu's lines are.
I've a long way to go, young master, if
I think music is so incredibly important, especially if you're making a musical, right? So yeah, I don't like... I've already addressed the... You might think this is nitpicky thing. I've already addressed that in the review at this point. But yeah, I think this is super important. Into this, notice how rhythmic... Because it's like, why would you not carry that forward? Like, clearly, it's how something is written. You know? Like, you wouldn't leave key details out of a reprint of a book, you know? You wouldn't, like, get rid of a fucking chapter or replace words if you're trying to, like, translate a book or just, like, reprint it or something. And when it comes to the defensive argument that I see a lot with remakes of films, that, oh, they just want to be their own thing. What I would like at that point is some sort of indication that them deviating from what the original made is intentional and or purposeful. If it's purposeful, then it's very clear that it's intentional. So if there's a reason why something is changed from the original and it's better, and it's like, oh, that works in its own way, or that's clearly different and it's clearly trying to be different, then sure, whatever. But as it is, this shit that I'm talking about here, there's no indication, there's zero indication that they are deviating in this way for any sort of reason. It literally just seems as though they didn't realize that there was any sort of rhythm to the song, and so they didn't do it because they didn't notice it, and they don't understand why the original was good. They don't understand what made the original special, etc. That's what it seems to me. Notice how they're fucking sliding across the water. What the fuck? Oh my god! This remake, Jon Favreau had. I'll go back to Nazi John. I forgot how funny it was.
I hate how they're no longer mocking Sazu behind his back in the remake.
Yeah, they're no longer mocking him behind his back. Like, there's nothing. Like, there's so much character and personality and intent. You know, like, everything in this scene is not communicated here. They're just running through zebras now. Wow, cool. Like, why are you even singing the lines of the song if it doesn't matter? Clearly, the lines of the song do not matter if the visuals don't matter. The lines of the song were written for these visuals. That's what they were written for. So why are you even singing the lines here? Just make new shit. Make new shit. Do something else. Do something completely different. Why are you even singing those lines? Clearly it doesn't matter, right?
When I said that, what I meant was...
Can you imagine, like, literally fucking John and, like, a bunch of dudes from Disney, or a bunch of people that he hired to make this film, a bunch of writers, and he's going through with them, and as he said in the commentary, like, we got all these, like, fucking flashcards, and we had a storyboard and animatics, and we were like, yo, let's see what kind of gags we can fit in here. Could you imagine being him, watching the original Lion King, going through these lines of dialogue, going through these lines in the song, and this is your final product that you come up with? At this moment for these lines, like, oh, okay, remember how in the original Lion King, Simba and Nala and Zazu were arguing with each other and they were going, like, back and forth, and it was like this exchange of, like, beat, you know, like, Zazu, Simba, Zazu, Nala, Zazu, you know, like, that's how it was in the original. Let's see what we can do in this film.
Now, when I said that...
They're running through zebras! Are you a fucking child? Are you 2 years old? Are you, like, literally 2 years old? This is what you came up with? This is like building blocks. This is like Roblox. This is like fucking, like, trying to fit, like, the... You know, there's like puzzles for babies where they have the different shapes, and you can, like, fit, like, a triangle through a triangle. He's, like, trying to fit, like, a goddamn dodecahedron through a triangle.
Now, when I said that...
What is this? This is so lame. Like, you have to be 2 years old. I don't believe that John is an adult, or any of the people that worked on this. It's not possible. You have to be, like, an infant for this to be, like, what you came up with. When you have this as a blueprint, and you have the lyrics of the song, and you come up with this, you, like, literally have to be, like, an infant. Like, I imagine John, like, little baby fucking lion cubs and, like, zebras, and he's, like, holding these action figures in their hands, and they're going, yeah! Just, like, across a fucking, like, chalkboard or some shit. Or, like, one of those, like, old mats where he had, like, the whole city and the roads, or whatever, that town. I'm just imagining him, like, with little tiny plastic action figures going like, there's a bunch of zebras here, and then the lion cubs go and they run with the zebras. And as if that's, like, any kind of replacement for what was in the original during this scene. That doesn't make any sense.
Now, when I said that... What I meant...
They're not doing anything. Zazu's not even in frame. He's not even in frame. He's, like, way up there. He's not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're running. That's it. They're just running with zebras. That's all they're doing. They're actually doing things here.
Now, when I said that... What I meant was...
They're not doing anything. They're not doing fucking anything. They're just running. This is so bad. I want to stop. I want off Mr. Favreau's wild ride. This is so bad. I don't like this. I'm like actually upset every time. I can't work on this. It's like I get stuck every time. I'm just trying to like get through it. And it's just, this is the worst thing. This is the worst thing of all time. I'm so sad. John seemed to grasp this concept. All right.
Do you hate this movie more than the Old Boy remake?
Do I hate this movie more than Old Boy? Yes, I do. I hate it more. I hate it much more.
Filled with a fleshy fruit. Now, part of we couldn't have Rafiki walking around with a stick the whole time because they just don't really do that. And even getting the lion to sit like that, that's not something you see in nature. But we felt that that was a very...
We can't have that because it would be too unrealistic for him to be carrying a stick. But then at the end of the movie, they give him the stick anyway.
But he had to have a stick for the fight. So we figured he kept it hidden. It's like his light.
He's so stupid. He's so dumb. Move this part of the film.
Yes, the past can't.
Like this is all just coming back to me. Like it's.
Run from it.
I'm honestly pretty sick of the idea that by default computer animation is seen as an improvement upon 2D animation.
There's a lot of new technology available that allows us to depict this story in a much more photoreal way. And sometimes using new technology can make it exciting and different and appealing to younger people who might not be as open to the older film techniques. There's a nostalgia that I feel for the original because it's I think the most successful 2D animated film. The sophistication of the audience of what they want to experience visually has moved on from that. So
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's no reason. The only reason 2D isn't doing as well is because they're not making 2D movies. And the ones that they are making, they're not putting their like best efforts into. It's literally a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, nobody wants to watch 2D movies. They didn't see Princess and the Frog. They instead saw Up that year. Which one had the better story? That's irrelevant. It was because it was 3D and not 2D. That's why people saw Up and not Princess and the Frog. That's the only reason. If we swapped the stories and voice actors and directors and just made it 3D instead of 2D, then the box office results would have swapped too, apparently. Fuck you, Disney. You're so stupid. Fuck everybody. I hate this. With each year, especially considering that every studio seems to be on some kind of gigantic nostalgia binge right now. Anyway, regardless of which animation style... Wow, I might have to, like, update these posters. I've been working on this so long. It's not really right now anymore, is it? Jesus, I'll leave a marker there. I'll put that at the end. Fucking Christ. Kind of gigantic nostalgia binge right now. Anyway, regardless of which... that's not now anymore. Synecdoche! Help! A binge right now. You are a liar, John! You are both liars!
You know, there's the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, I didn't try to fix it. I just tried to, no.
I like how... I'm just noticing this right now. Because I had to boost the audio for the other guy. I like how... Yeah, so like normally you listen to the audio, you can barely fucking hear the guy because he's like in the background. Hans is mic'd up, the other guy is not. But because the other guy's turned up, and Hans is the one mic'd up, you can hear him gulp when he's asked this question.
There's the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You hear that gulp?
Don't fix it.
Oh!
Don't fix it.
You can see him do it. You can see him gulping. He's like nervous about this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gulp.
Broke, don't fix it.
Broke, don't fix.
Jesus. That's so funny.
That one's unfinished and it's and twisting.
So far the runtime feels entirely justified. There's like maybe, I don't know, a total of 2 minutes that might feel like a little long when I'm doing the stream reaction thing, but that's about it. Otherwise, literally like 41 minutes through, the entire runtime feels justified. And we haven't even gotten past like the opening scene. How little Jon Favreau understands. It's like an hour through the fucking review and we're like in the first scene basically. But I don't feel like I've wasted any time. I don't feel like I've wasted any time at all. Like this is all necessary. Everything that's been communicated is like absolutely necessary here.
Come on, Dad. Let's go. You said I could patrol with you today. And today is start.
It's just, I'm somehow surprised every time it's so flooring to me. It's so jarring. Like, I'm reviewing it. I've been through all of this already, but it still catches me off guard somehow. He is completely gone.
Dad, come on, Dad.
Come on, Dad. Come on.
Come on, Dad. Let's go.
Let's go.
You said I could patrol with you today.
And today is
started.
Young
Come on,
Simba
Dad.
is voiced by actors.
Hey again, guys. Thanks for watching. Here are the people that give me money. I am Gretty, aka Lemonade Warrior, Frank Stallone, The Lord Durham, Hoofy Doe, Olivia Spores, Dana, Ocean Machinery, Malav Shah, Brandon Stuper, and Pit Wang. Happy holidays.